All right, let's look at problem number 2. So in problem number 2, we have negative 2x minus 2y is equal to 14, and negative 4x minus 10y is equal to 10. So we have to decide substitution or elimination. Well, is it really, do we have an x or a y that are by themselves? No, so that makes me think I'm going to have to do at least some multiplication or division, right, if I were to get an x or y by itself. So then if I'm going to do that anyways, I'm going to look at elimination. Well, I'm noticing that I can multiply 2 and get 4, or I can multiply 2 by 5 and get 10. So either way, whichever one I use, I should be able to use elimination pretty easily. I like sticking with smaller numbers, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply everything by 2. Now, if I'm multiplying this one by 2, not only do I want to multiply it by 2, but since this is negative and this is negative, I need one of them to be positive. Since I'm already multiplying the top one, I'm just going to multiply it by negative 2 instead of 2. So here we go. We'll do negative 2 times that negative 2x. Ooh, I'm going to run out of room. Hang on. Let's just make it. There we go. So I'm going to multiply negative 2 times negative 2x minus 2y is equal to 14. And then, again, still need to multiply it by negative 2. All right, so I distribute. Negative 2 times negative 2x, 4x, negative 2 times negative 2y plus 4y is equal to 14 times negative 2 is negative 28. Then I'm going to grab that second equation and write it right underneath it. So that's negative 4x minus 10y is equal to 10. I don't need to change anything about this. Alrighty, so now I add them. All right, well, negative 4x minus 4x, essentially, right, plus a negative. All right, that goes away, or 0. 4y plus negative 10y, which is really like minus 10y, I have negative 6y, is equal to negative 28 plus 10 is negative 18. So I have negative 6y is equal to negative 18. Divide both sides by negative 6, and we get y is equal to 3. All right, now that we found y, we're going to find x. So we need to do that by plugging it back into one of these equations. I like smaller numbers, so I'm going to choose the first one, but you could choose either. So I'll have negative 2x minus 2, then instead of y, I'm going to put 3, because we know y is 3, is equal to 14. So negative 2x, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6 is equal to 14. Add 6 to both sides, and we'll get negative 2x is equal to 20. Divide both sides by negative 2, and we get x is equal to negative 10. So my answer is negative 10, comma 3, right? It's always x, comma y. Now, you'll also notice if you were to scroll down a little bit, or just look down on your paper, right? You don't have to scroll. You will notice it says find 2x minus 3y. So you might be like, what? What is that? Well, I'm finding 2x minus 3y because this is what the SAT likes you to do. You may have noticed that on the PSAT earlier this week, right? It'll say, solve your system, which you did, and then it'll say do something with it. So all you're doing is you're doing 2, then you take your negative 10, right, because that's what your x is, minus 3 times 3, because that's what your y was. So then we have negative 20 minus 9, and you get negative 29. So this is a very similar question to what would be on an SAT. And then the reason for the method we chose, right? We had to do some multiplying anyways, or dividing, one of the two, and it was easier to do that and not have to get an x or a y by itself. Alrighty, let's look at problem number 3. Problem number 3, we have negative 6x plus 3y is equal to 18. And then 2x minus 1/2 y is equal to negative 4. So I see a fraction, right? That's going to scare a lot of people who are going to be like, oh no, fractions, but it's okay. The first thing that I'm thinking about is, hey, is there a way I can get rid of that fraction? Well, I know that 1/2 times 2 is equal to 1. So if I multiplied this whole thing by 2, right, that would get rid of the 1/2. Now, if I multiply it by 2, it'll end up just being a negative y. I may as well make it a positive y, and then I can get y by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this whole second equation by negative 2. So negative 2 times 2x minus 1/2 y is equal to negative 2 times negative 4. So we distribute negative 4x, and then negative times negative is positive, right? 2 times 1/2, we said was 1. So it's 1y, which is really just y, and that's equal to negative 2 times negative 4 is 8. I'm going to add 4x to both sides, and I get y is equal to 4x plus 8. Then I will substitute that in to that second equation. So ignore problem number 4 for a second, I just need more room. We'll have negative 6x plus 3 times 4x plus 8. All I did was substitute in what y is equal to for this y right here is equal to 18. All right, let's distribute. Negative 6x plus 12x plus 24 is equal to 18. Combine our like terms. 6x plus 24 equals 18. Subtract 24 from both sides, and we get 6x is equal to negative 6. Divide both sides by 6, and we get x is equal to negative 1. Now, we want to plug that back in to find y. If you feel pretty confident, I know that in a previous video you watched, it told you to always plug it back into the original equations, one of the original ones. However, I kind of disagree with one of those teachers. I think if you have an equation that's already solved for y, use that. It makes your life easier. So y is equal to 4 times negative 1 plus 8. Y is equal to negative 4 plus 8, which is just 4. So our answer is negative 1, comma 4, right? X, y. Alrighty. Then you need to find, what does it say? X plus y, right? So all we're doing is adding. Negative 1 plus 4, and that is 3.